play a game.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to virtual Redban number 715 Friday. Chill. How are you guys doing? Welcome. I'm having my first drink of the night. If you're having a drink, a little adult drinky poo, cheers to you. Yep. I'm drinking out of a Death Squad mug. If you want to get a Death Squad mug, you know where to go. Of course, you go to deathsquad.tv. There it is right there. The original deathsquad.tv. Go there. At the very top, you can click on Shop Squad. That will take you to shopsquad.tv. There we have shirts, hats, mugs, and everything else. You can also click on Sunset Strip Comedy Club. Last night, we had an amazing show. I have every Thursday, I have a secret show. Last night was insane. It was huge. Awesome, awesome time. I have a huge hangover today. Go to sunsetstripatx.com every Thursday. Yeah, I'm hurting, guys. I actually did something I normally don't do. After the secret show, I hung out with my buddy Nick. You might know Nick. He owns the Vulcan Gas Company, and we did. Well, I could show you some of it. I think I have some of this on here. So there's last night. Look at that. Whoops. That's me last night. Wow. And then after a great secret show, it seems like a really bad idea.
There's a Driscoll to the right.
This is a bad idea, man.
We're not going anywhere but home.
It looks like a green screen, doesn't it?
Where the hell are you talking? get a mustache? What the fuck?
I also, we ended up going bar hopping last night, which, man, I had started drinking around 8 p.m. That was about 11 p.m. Went to Mitzi's briefly. Saw Brian Callen. He was in town. Then we went and, as you can tell, we rode around Austin, went to like 4 bars. And he doesn't know how to sit at a bar. He likes to go to a bar, have one drink, not even finish the drink, do a shot, and then just go to another bar. He's a maniac. I'm hurting, though. Luckily, I went back, passed out at the studio, and I've just been hurting all day. You're never drinking again, Red Dragon? That's what I felt like this morning. Felt like, man, the older you get, it just kills you. I feel so death. Like I remember this morning, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking again. Here we are. I'm sure I'm going to feel like the best I've felt all day in about 15 minutes when this kicks in. But went to a bar last night called Kung Fu in Austin. Got to play Super Mario Kart arcade. I love that. Super Mario Kart arcade. I want to get one for my house so bad, but that's just stupid. Yeah, we went to another bar. I don't even remember where we were at a point. Because, of course, every time we went to one of these bars, we did a shot, which just... Oh, God. I think it's, I'd be okay if it wasn't for the shots. Shots is what did me in. Oh, I also had a panic attack last night. I haven't had a true panic attack, I don't know, maybe 10 years. I used to get them quite often. And they just kind of went away. The older I got, they just kind of went away. But last night, I think this was all kind of together. I was trying to get on one of those scooters, that you rent, like the Lime scooters that are all over the city. And you know how you have to like kind of kickstart them? You have to kind of like start going on them, and then the engine kicks in. Well, this one wasn't working, and I was going up a pretty steep hill, and I'm like, come on, and I'm trying to get to work. And it felt like the engine had locked up, and it was actually like or it felt like the brake was on, but it wasn't. And I don't know why I kept on trying. I tried. I went a block uphill, pushing this, and man, when I finally get to the top, I'm like, fuck this. And then I'm like, oh my God, that was like the biggest workout ever. It felt like I was like pushing something really hard up a hill. And then finally, whatever, I get on another scooter and it worked, and I get to the club and I'm just like soaking, like, because I was wearing a shirt and then I had a big sweatshirt over it. And last night it was pretty hot. I misjudged the sweatshirt. And so I get to the club and I'm just like, fuck this sweatshirt. And I took it off and I'm just sweating my ass off. And then Yonder gives me some green tea. And I did one of those hits where I took too big of a hit. I start doing that deep cough, like, like I felt like it went down the wrong pipe. Like I was drinking something and it went down the wrong hole type thing. But it was a death cough. It was coughing so hard. And then for some reason I just was like, started like feeling like anxiety. Immediately. Like I felt like my heart was pounding out of my chest. So I had to sit there and breathe. And I was like, of course, I was looking at my Apple Watch, seeing what my heart rate was. And I think it got up to like 168, 170. And I was just sitting there. And of course, that just makes you panic more. And I'm like, God, I got to go on stage in like 30 minutes. I better. So I just sat there and did deep breaths, like, and did that shit for like 20 minutes. People are walking in the green room going, "Are you okay, dude?" Like, embarrassing. And then started feeling better, luckily. My heart rate started going down and all that shit, so that was good. But man, that just was, I don't know if it had anything to do with like the scooter thing, or maybe I had like a heat stroke or what, but I was scared to smoke anymore for the rest of the night. But yeah, that was I've had that happen before. It's you know, when you just get that really deep cough, you just have too much smoke in your lungs, you know, and it's like you get instantly high because it's opening up all the blood vessels in your lungs, or whatever you used to be told back in the day. You cough, you get off. And shut up, Gino. It gets easier after you first time. It felt like my first time. It felt like an old school panic attack from smoking weed, which is something I haven't had in so long. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. I'm glad I don't get panic attacks anymore, because I used to get them quite often. And it's not even like a panic attack. It's just like my heart rate just starts freaking out of nowhere. Yo, got my black Death Squad mug yesterday. Perf, just in time for wing night starting now. Sweet. Cheers to you, man. The black one. Welcome to Virtual Redban, by the way. This is a chill episode. This is just more of just hanging out with you guys kind of episode. A hangover episode. I did get if you guys remember Michael White, he was on A Kill Tony, where he's the guy on Kill Tony that sells spaghetti. You remember that whole thing? And he also raps. Well, the last 2 weeks of Secret Show, he has opened up the show rapping, and it's been quite great. And he brings his hype men. Like, he has these 2 hype men guys, these 2 black guys that are all dressed up in nice suits and shit, that, you know, stand behind him, go, yeah, and rap and stuff. And one of the guys gave me a mixtape last night, and at first I was like, oh god, here we go. But I thought the mixtape container was pretty cool, and it doesn't have a CD in it. So, and you open it up, and I love what he says. He's like, man, listen to that. Let me know what you think. It doesn't have a CD. It has a flash drive in it. He's like, if you don't like my music, you could just use the flash drive as a flash drive. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I went home. This is me last night, wasted, listening to some Kendrick Lamar on my new record player. I'm addicted to this record player now. It's weird. It's weird being addicted to records again. I feel like I'm a kid again. And I'm really upset too, because I think like a lot of us that are older, we used to all have records. And then when CDs came out, and cassettes and CDs, we were like, fuck records. We don't need records anymore. And I remember I just thought records were gross. After CD, I was like, why did we ever like these records? And I remember I used to take them and just like throw them like frisbees down my street that I used to live in. Just ruined all my records. Yeah, what's up? Earl Skakel's in the house. What's up, Earl? I'm quitting comedy. I want to work the cover booth at the mothership. Earl, you don't want to work the cover booth. Unlike the Comedy Store, I never hang out at the cover booth at the mothership. Where you want to work is you want to work the Mitzi's. Go work at Mitzi's. That's where it's at. Or just move to Austin and play the mothership, you idiot. Nine Inch Nails with Teeth record. I'll check it out. I used to have a couple Nine Inch Nail records. I don't think I have them anymore for sure. For sure. Well, speaking of music and exercise, Earl, I do have a couple things we could look at. This first one is a new rhythm boxing game that's coming to the PlayStation VR 2. I want to work out with music. Anyways, this is supposed to launch on PSVR 2. And it's going to be on Quest 2 and Quest 3 and Steam PC later this year. But here is the trailer. Let's see how many copyright strikes I get from this. Shall we? That actually looks pretty cool. I mean, they're all the same, right? But it is kind of cool to be punching something instead of like waving your little lightsabers around. Also, some good news. TikTok is the first big social app to be launched on the new Apple Vision Pro. Shocking. TikTok, huh? I don't think I ever thought that I would want TikTok in Apple Vision Pro, but I guess it makes sense just sitting there and watching video after 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 video all night long on your Apple Vision Pro would probably be better. Then you don't have anyone looking over your shoulder while you're looking at girls bending over in yoga pants. But yeah, looks like it's a pretty good app too. It's 2 windows, so you can look at the chat, have the chat open, and just look at your TikToks. Here's CNET does a video about it. Let's see what CNET does.
The TikTok app, look at it, pinch your fingers together, and it will open the TikTok app right in front of you. Now it is in a vertical format. There's no way for me to expand it to make it any larger than what it is.
Boo.
I can move it around the room. And right now I'm on CNET.com's profile in TikTok. If you haven't already, add us on TikTok at CNET.com.
That sounds horrible.
Then to scroll through different TikToks, you simply grab, pinch, and move your hand up and down. Let's watch a TikTok.
The Apple Vision Pro has been out in the wild.
On the right-hand side, you can go back to CNET's profile. You can like, you can leave a comment.
Outside,
That's cool.
pinching and swiping on the sidewalk. Some people driving with
You can save it, and you could share it. You can share via AirDrop, a message, an email, however you want to share. Then just pinch off the screen to get back. At the bottom, you have an option to use CNET's original sound from this video. Click the X to close that out. If I go back to the home menu, you have the settings icon in the top right corner. Here's settings and privacy. You can change your account privacy or you can log out. And I don't see anywhere where I can actually post a TikTok from the Apple Vision Pro. Hopefully that's coming soon, but right now it looks like it's not available. On the top left of the screen, you have options to filter your TikToks by the latest and popular. We have locked TikToks, we have saved TikToks, and we have TikToks that we've liked. Then on the left, you can go home, which will show you other people's TikToks, where you can endlessly scroll through videos for you. You have search options, cnet.com.
Oh, guys, yeah, one thing I didn't know, and he just did it. I didn't know this, but in Apple Vision Pro, if you have to like type something out, Siri just automatically turns on whenever there's a thing where you're supposed to type something, and you can just say the word. Like you don't have to say like, hey Siri, you know what I mean? It just does it. Anyways, that looks pretty straightforward. That's cool. TikTok. I'm pretty happy about this. These are 2 games that I actually do enjoy, and I recommend to people when they do get a virtual reality headset. And it was just announced that both Job Simulator and Vacation Simulator are coming to the Apple Vision Pro. Classic game. makes sense that they're bringing it to the Apple Vision Pro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Waited in line at the mothership line forever just to realize it was a soup kitchen line. What are you talking about? Soup kitchen line? Was that supposed to be a joke? Signed up at the mothership open mic, but they didn't call my name. Got a bunch of bits I got to work on. You could, sign up at a different open mic. You can get up at, there's a lot of open mics in Austin, and doing open mics at the mothership, I would recommend just using the mothership anytime you got those bits already worked out. I don't know. A lot of eyeballs on you at the mothership. Not really a place I would start doing stand-up. What else do I got? Oh, this is kind of cool. This is a new. Whoa, let's hold on a second. This is a new game that just got announced, or just was released. At least, and it looks pretty good. It's called Veil. Launches yesterday, February 15th, or today, or whatever it is. Today, it's a new shooter. It's now available on Quest and PC. It's $30. Let's just look at the trailer. They announced this a while ago, but we haven't seen anything, like any updates for a while. So let's see what this looks like. White just seems like a bad idea. If you're like a shooter guy and you're running around shooting things, and it would be so dirty. That's like fresh white. Blood splattered on you. Yeah, decent trailer for sure. It looks good. I just wish there was some kind of gore to it. I just don't like when games, like, look, they're all wearing white. You know how cool it'd be is if you shot them, you just see blood spraying all over their white outfit. And like when that guy gets a knife thrown into his head, like it looks just like photoshopped in there. Doesn't it? It'd be cool if like the helmet cracked or something. Or that just kind of looks like it's. Oh, that's not very impressive right there. But pretty good trailer. It's all about the gameplay. I'm sure it looks pretty good. Anyways, that's out now. Fail. This is a game I think we've talked about before, but it's finally being released on Quest and PC next month. The Pirate Queen, for all you people that like pirates, is supposed to be announced for February, but it got pushed back a month. Just in time for Women's History Month. What? Oh, the Pirate Queen. Okay. Yeah, I think we've seen this a couple times, actually.
Sister, over here. What news?
The Pirate Council will be assembling soon.
And only one of us will be crowned leader.
Lucy Lou.
It would prove wise to stick to the shadows.
Gopalai underestimates me. He has played a foolish trick. One he will come to bitterly regret. Everything has narrowed down to a single night. If you really want to know my story, then step into my shoes and prove yourself the worthy leader. Let's see how well you fare as the Pirate Queen.
Sure. Looks pretty good. If you like that shit. Pirate Queen. Bro, look up OpenAI Sora. It's fucked. I already had that on my list of things to talk about. It does look fucked. If you don't know what Sora is, it's kind of like Midjourney. It's kind of like AI art, but for video, and it's very creepy. It's going to fuck a lot of jobs up too, especially like photographers and people that sell clips, to be, stock footage. You pretty much is just like what you think it is, like AI, where you're like, I want to see, a group of birds flying around, but they're all wearing hats. And it's pretty insane. And they have some samples on this website that you can check it out. And if you look close enough, sure, you can see that it's AI. It's just like when you look at an AI image and you look at their hands, and their hands are kind of messed up. But if you weren't looking, or you were just kind of like, it was just kind of edited into a video, you probably would never even notice. And the idea of just being able to write anything you want to happen is pretty amazing. Here's an example of a woman walking. And the prompt was, a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon, animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots, and carries a black purse. She wears they just pretty much wrote what they want the video. Now, if you look really close, you'll see some weirdness. I thought her legs look weird. Like, if you look at her legs, not only do they kind of switch sides sometimes, they also look like one's like crooked or something. I mean, the acne in the face and everything looks great. The moles, the lighting. I mean, this is a fake person. She also, when she walks, sometimes there's like this weird glide that she does. Her hands look okay there. And if you look at this guy in the background, he's got weird legs going on where he kind of looks like he's just gliding too. A lot of weird gliding things, but overall pretty good. Here's another one. This is just historical footage of California during the gold rush. So it's kind of interesting. This looks like it's real footage of a time period where there was no cameras and shit like that, or drones. Pretty interesting. You can see some weirdness, like there's a horse that disappears over here or something like that. I was just looking at it and see it just disappeared, and there's like, what is this thing? Is this a person, or what is that? Yeah, there's some weirdness if you look. Like, what is that? Now, this one kind of looks like a video game. This is a camera falls around a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up. A steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Blah, blah, blah. But this kind of, to me, looks a little bit like a video game. Tour of an art gallery with many beautiful arts in different styles, art pieces. So this is interesting because the AI had to make art pieces too. And to think this is like, this is like the first time that this is, this is like version 1 of this. It's not even out. This is like only out to some closed people. Not many people have access to this. Like they're still testing it out. And this is just the first version. Can you imagine this in like 10 years? There is some weirdness though. Like that's just crazy. Look, this dog. Interesting. I want to see more. I think there is more somewhere. There you go. So yeah, there's that's really cool. I think it's pretty crazy. Scroll right out to red. What? What do you mean scroll right? Oh, this. Oh yeah, this dog one's fucked up. Look how many, like, this is almost trippy. Dogs are just coming out of, like, it's crazy. See, they're showing right here some of the things that they're working on still. Like, it still fucks up a lot. But that's just trippy. If anything, it's trippy to think that these dogs don't even exist. Isn't that kind of trippy? What? Here's an example of inaccurate physical modeling and unnatural object morphing. Basketball through hoops, then explodes. Then another one just comes. But yeah, it's just, what? Now she has a turtle in her hand or something. Things are just like, yeah, I mean, if I don't care if it's like, I don't care if it's not accurate or anything, but it is just very trippy to think that none of these people exist either, and they're like holding cameras, and then they're just, their cameras just float away. Or isn't that weird? I mean, it's kind of like a fever dream. It's really trippy. Oh, here's one that's really trippy. Like, look at their hands and what's going on with all these, the hands and the woman's hands, and look at this. Look, what is this woman doing with her hands? But I mean, isn't that crazy that she's not a real woman? And then look at the fire. There's 2 flames on this. I mean, that's just nightmare shit, dude. Her eyes look dead as hell. She doesn't exist. Everyone doesn't know what to do with their hands. Like, they don't know what clapping is, and wait a second. Did I? Huh. Yeah, trippy. I can look at that shit all day. Snowy Tokyo City. She just kind of went through that Something wasn't right there. But can you imagine all the footage that usually would be like somebody would their whole job is filming time lapses of flowers growing and then selling it to commercials and stuff, like, and then that's gone now. This is going to take over so many jobs. It's pretty sweet. This kind of looks like Stray. Look at this. How realistic does this look? This guy does not exist. I mean, that's just disturbing. Mind-blowing. God, I wonder how easy it's going to make like a cartoon too. Oh, look at this. I mean, this looks like an insurance commercial. We here at Liberty don't believe in water. Air is water. Oh, these dogs are trippy too. I mean, these dogs don't exist. Isn't that crazy? Just look at those dogs' eyes to think that these are not real puppies. I mean, that's just madness. Makes you wonder what's real and what's not in it right now, like I could look at this puppy eye and think that there's a soul in there, and then there's no soul in there. This looks pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that. This is not real. Madness. Yeah, like these kind of shots. That looks, I mean, you could see that in a commercial. So easy. No one would ever know. Pretty awesome. And this is just frightening. This has to be real, right? That just looks crazy real. How's that attacking an octopus? Are you crazy? That octopus would have killed it. This is cool. Flock of paper airplanes flutters through a dense jungle, waving around trees as if they were migrating birds. That's cool. People going to go to jail over this tech? Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of fucked up. Oh, look, this cat. This cat looks a little messed up, though. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Something, they didn't, like, how did they fuck up a cat? That's just weird looking. Wait, what's up with its two paws? Like, it seems like one paw's on there. Yeah, it's like, did you see that? Look at its right paw. So she puts one paw on here, and then the right paw's back here, and then what's this paw? I am so confused. Ooh, and this face. This woman's face is just gross. That cat does not look right, though. Cats aren't real. That's why AI doesn't understand them. Mm-hmm. I've just spent 6 hours getting so to build a high for Google AI. I'm guessing Google Sheets, so I can drag and drop events. Quite cool, but I had to stop when I wanted to get more data because the script kept on breaking. Yeah, It is kind of fucked up. This tech is coming out right before an election. Well, look at this. That looks pretty good. I'm like looking in the background at one person to see if I can see anything crazy happen with that person, and it's so far the few people I've looked at, it's just everything seems fine. Oh, I see a weird foot right down here. Crazy. Look at that. Little snow globe guy. I could watch these all night also. I don't know why. It's pretty messed up. It's just kind of it's creepy. It's like Ghost. You know, like the idea of Ghost, like Ghost this is kind of like looking at Ghost. This just looks like a real movie that's starred Seth Rogen as a kangaroo. Where's cake? Whoa. What? Well, that was weird. That kid looks dead. Oh my god, that kid's scary. But look at this is playing with my brain because the it doesn't make sense when they, you know, like the sizing of everything is different. The dimensions and shit are messed up because it's like scrolling in, and I guess that kind of makes sense, but they look like giants. Yeah, this doesn't really make sense. They look like giants, and the things around them are kind of growing around them a little bit more. I don't know. Something's not right there. And then you got the demon kid with the weird hand rolling his eyes. And what happened to the... Now they're in the city. Look how... Where'd this kid come from? Demon kid, where'd you come from? Okay, that one's weird. Little red pandas with 2 legs. Okay. Why do they have 2 legs or 4? Oh, that's confusing. Yeah, look, watching this shit like on mushrooms or something, this would give me another panic attack probably. Now look at this. You know, wall of TVs, and so AI had to make fake TV programs for all these. This looks like Shrek down here or something. This looks like Hannibal Lecter and Nick Swartzen hanging out or something. I mean, this is cool as heck. Trippy. Wow, look at that. Too much smoke. This one's very realistic. The prompt somebody put in was a movie trailer featuring the adventures of the 30-year-old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, blue sky, salt desert, cinematic style, shot on 35 millimeter film. They even put what kind of film they want and vivid colors. I mean, this guy doesn't exist. It's just, look at that. That's just crazy. I don't know what that's supposed to be, a camera? A frozen camera? I mean, that's just great. And I think the idea of having a red knitted motorcycle helmet is fucking hilarious. Can you imagine like motorcycle riders like, hey man, you have to wear a helmet in this state. Well, I'm ready to knit me one then, motherfucker. Oh, the waves do look weird on this one. I've seen this one. But overall, like when the wave hits something, I don't know, the waves are a little goofy. Like this. But just kind of disappeared. It does a really good job at this kind of shit. Except that his hand should have been behind the light. See how his hand goes in front of it. How long till these get audio? I think that's pretty easy. I think that they probably could do that now. Like add a narration saying this, you know, in the form of Trump. They have it already. It should be able to make sounds though. Like make an aquarium sound into here. You should be able to add sound to it. I'm sure that's coming. Look at that though. No, that looks weird. It's a cup of coffee. 2 pirate ships battling each other. Wow, that's cool. A lot of pirate talk on this episode. You know, this is where you get your content for you. Arrgh. Bubble me down. Now this one looks pretty good. There's some weirdness with this book, but other than that, I've seen this one before. And the prompt was a young man in his 20s sitting on a piece of cloud in the sky reading a book. But I mean, the idea that this guy is not real, you know, it's so weird. Anyways, if you want to check that out, it's on openai.com and it's called Sora. I think it's pretty sweet. So God. Sorite. Cerritos. Automall. Cerritos. Yeah, it's hard to look at anything else now because it's not as cool anymore. There is some cool shit I found on Reddit we could take a look at. Somebody made, I guess somebody's making this. Or I don't know if this is available right now. I think there's somebody making it. But it's throwing infinite money, whatever. Pretty much all what it does is just allows you to take your real world and just make it rain everywhere. Like you could just use your hands, and it's object aware. So if you have a table, you just start throwing gold bars on your table and then just punching them around your office building, or you can just make it rain, and the physics realize what it's landing on all around your house. It honestly looks like a lot of fun. People though would not have any idea what you're doing to them though. Here's another thing I found. One cool thing about the Vision Pro is that you can put these high quality 3D models. Like you could just drop, like if you download a high quality 3D model, you could just put it in your living room or whatever. Like there's cars, there's airplanes, there's a bunch of different things. And this is just showing you how the Vision Pro adapts to the light and reflections around the 3D models based on your lighting and environments. So you put these 3D models in, and your own kitchen lights will reflect off the 3D model, if that makes sense. Or anyways, this is somebody that did a Iron Man model, and it's just showing off how well the Apple Vision Pro handles lights. I mean, look at that. It's reflecting off real lights. Now he puts him in the middle of a volcano. You can see the lighting and the reflections on him. Here's him in the middle of the snow. And you can see the reflections of the environment around him, which is just pretty awesome. Now you're back into the kitchen. Just thought that was cool. Madison VR looks utterly terrifying on the PSVR 2 and PC VR. I mean, this little screenshot right here looks pretty gross. This is an age-restricted video, so close your eyes, babies. It's about to get restricted. Madison VR.
God, the smell. The water is disgusting.
Oh, here I go. I'm going to have another panic attack. What if I did? While you guys were watching me. Oh, nightmare. Wow. This looks scary as fuck. It's pretty nice, though. Is this gonna scare me?
This box is extremely rusty.
Oh, I hate this.
I won't.
I hate this voice guy. This box is extremely rusty.
Be able to open it easily.
He sounds like a bitch. But this isn't a trailer. This is just gameplay. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be scary, guys. I don't want to watch this, really.
Wasn't there a second ago.
All right, I'm going to skip forward.
Time to make things worse. I can't see a goddamn thing down here.
Whimsical voice. How would that radio be?
Shit.
Why is that so
I think
loud?
I found the missing individuals. They're all mutilated. Legs, arms, they're just everywhere. I can't see Madison. I don't think she's here. Oh, God. I gotta get out of here.
Oh, God.
What was that? I think I'm not alone. There's definitely someone here.
Oh, God, here we go. Come on. Great. Jesus, are we really doing this?
Madison?
Now, I want you guys to know, you guys are not in VR right now, but if you were in VR and you had your little VR helmet on right now, you would think that you were in this water right now. You know what I mean? It is so... These kinds of games are so terrifying when you're in VR. If you like horror movies and you haven't done a VR horror game like this, you are really missing out. I wish I had a daughter to play these kind of games. I would love to watch them freak out on this shit.
Is that you? Please! Show yourself! That's in order!
What the hell? Whoa.
Stand back!
What the
Put your
hell?
hands up where I can see them!
That is creepy.
Don't come any closer! Step back! I said
This fucking camera belonged to that
Fuck
woman.
this game. I was like, I'm not going to get it. 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 Oh, come on. I'm not doing it again anymore. Anyways, that's called Madison VR. It's on the wish list now. It comes out February 20th, which is just around the corner, and that scared the fuck out. Did it scare anyone else in the chat room? Did it? Am I the only one? Man, we saw the trailer of this already, but after just watching that, I kind of just want to watch this again. This actually looks cool. It's from, I believe, Atari, which I love Atari. It's coming out to PSVR 2 this March. It's just like retro as hell. We'll just look at a little bit of the trailer. So I guess the idea of this is that, this is supposedly a retro game. I don't know if this was like originally supposed to come out a long time ago and they just now are releasing it, but it looks very old school, and that's what looks cool. It has a great style to it. The sound effects sound like old school arcade games. I mean, the air horn was a little obnoxious. So it's available now on a lot of things like the flat screen version, but the VR version comes out in March. So playing that in March would be in VR. Sounds pretty badass. No Man's Sky kicks off Omega Expedition with a free weekend. Running for 4 weeks from February 15th to March 14th, Hello Games promises that No Man's Sky Omega that the No Man's Sky Omega update includes overhauled expeditions, new on-planet missions, and more. Yeah. It's out now for Steam and PSVR 2 and flat screen platforms. I never got into this game, but playing it in VR sounds like a lot of fun. Let's just take a little look at that. And the video just stopped. Anyways, that looks cool. No Man's Sky looks like it could be fun. I never played it. Have you guys played it? Yeah. Fun. Chill episode, guys. It's a chill episode, and we've been hanging out. And how are you guys in the chat? Everything good? Good. The dirty water grosses you out. Yeah. Ugh. It's what I have a lot of nightmares about, like that water shit, like a flooded. I think I've talked about this before, but I always have dreams like of this flooded hotel / mall, and I always like reoccurring. Like I'm always going back to this mall that's half flooded, and there's a hotel there that's like really high hotel. Like I'm in the elevator and it's flooding, and being in an elevator during a flood, that visual is just nightmare shit. So I agree. Agree with all of that. What? I don't know. Did you guys hear about that? Pitbull attacks man to death in Compton. Some dude got attacked by a pitbull and got mauled. God. It's never a Shih Tzu, is it, guys? Yeah. I don't know what else to say, guys. This is a chill episode of there was a bad flood in Ohio when you were young. Yeah, that's true. That's when my cat ran away. You're right. Maybe that's from it. Maybe. That was very traumatic. I lost my cat. I don't know, though, because it seems like it's... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think also just seeing, like, those flood videos of, you know, when there was a tsunami, was it in Japan or something? Like, just seeing that kind of, like, burnt that into my head of how terrifying the ocean is. That's one thing you also think of, like, when I lived in Los Angeles. When I first moved there, I lived in the Santa Monica Mountains in Calabasas area. But I always thought, like, man, if there was a huge tsunami, would it get past the mountains? You know, like like Malibu would be fucked, but would it get to me? It's just weird being by the ocean and thinking shit like that. Like if I lived in Hawaii, I would be scared all the time. You're starting to have weird ass dreams from quitting weed. Super realistic, talking to people and shit. Yeah, that shit's always interesting, huh? You know what? Somebody, I had talked to somebody about this once before, and this was a long time ago. I might misremembered it, but somebody said when you quit weed, you start having crazy dreams because the brain cells that have been on weed for so long are now like active again, and they're like, you know, not stoned anymore, pretty much, and so they're like on overtime. I'm sure whoever said it to me said it better, you know, but that's supposedly the reason for it. Again, I don't know if that's real or not. All right, guys. This is the end of part 1. If you're new here, Virtual Redban is in 2 parts. Part 1 is just me doing this shit. Usually it's a lot more interesting, but we had fun today. We looked at some cool AI stuff, right? Looked at some new games. But part 2, which starts in about 20 minutes, is where we actually jump into virtual reality. Like, look, we're going to go in that water. This virtual reality water. We're going to jump right into that. If you're new here, please hit subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Part 2, again, is going to be in virtual reality. It's where me and my friends just all go into virtual reality and we dress up as crazy characters and go to cool places and smoke and drink and just hang out. It's like, it's good for like putting it on the background. Like if you're on the couch looking at TikToks or you're trying to do some work on the laptop, just put this on in the background and look up once in a while and go, what the fuck are they doing? That's what this next part of Virtual Redban's about. It's chill. So come join us in about 20 minutes. I'll post a link on my Twitter and on my Instagram, or you could just refresh YouTube in like 20 minutes. Part 2 will start soon in 10 minutes. So grab a drink, take a piss, walk the dog, make a booger sugar party plate of cheese and toilet paper for your loved ones. I don't even know what that means. I was just trying to rhyme shit. Anyways, see you guys in 15 minutes.
Yeah!